In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a can cooker, as well as showing you a simple potjie recipe being cooked on rocket stove technology. In most camping food kits, you will find canned foods. The food inside is obviously vital, but the empty can is useful in many survival situations. One of those is as a cooker, instead of making a campfire or using gas. The advantage is that you have fast concentrated heat to cook on or boil water. The can cooker takes very little fuel and is relatively smokeless, as long as you don't burn anything wet or green. All the tools you need to make a can stove can be found in a Leatherman or similar multi-tool. An old-style can opener will also work. First of all, remove the label from the can. Then, using the can opener tool, cut 4 triangle shapes in both the bottom and the top of the can. The wind was quite strong that day, so I only needed 4 at the bottom. If you don't have too much wind, then you can cut more holes at the bottom of the can for more airflow. Then lastly, use the pliers to bend the sharp points over so you don't get cut using the cooker. Then collect a good pile of small dry sticks and twigs. This will be the fuel for your can stove. The first 2 or 3 sticks you can cut 45-degree angles at the bottom of them. This technique is called feathering and is a brilliant way to start a fire. Once you get a good fire going, you can start heating or cooking. Just keep feeding the fire by dropping in sticks and twigs from the top. It took the cooker 13 minutes to boil a can of water, so doing some light cooking shouldn't be an issue for it. Some weeks back, I bought this rocket stove from Solar Cookers rocketstoves.co.za. I'll put the link to their website in the description and in the first comment. This is the small one with a 75mm burn chamber and fits a number 2 size potjie pot perfectly. A rocket stove is all about airflow efficiency. The loading plate separates the fuel from the airflow. Fuel is loaded on the top of the plate and pushed into the burn chamber. Air flows into the burn chamber under the loading plate. The combination of heat, fuel, and air produces a fire to cook on. So the potjie recipe I used is a fairly basic one. 1 onion, 10 mushrooms, 3 potatoes, 3 lamb meat cuts diced, 4 carrots, 4 baby marrows, 10 green beans, 2 tomatoes, some parsley, 3 sticks of thyme, some spinach, sunflower oil, potato spice, and 250 milliliters of cream. And then 2 cups of rice. The rice I did separately, but you can do that in the pot as well if you like. Before you start cooking, make sure you have plenty of fuel for your rocket stove. The stove is really efficient, so you shouldn't need as much as this. To start the rocket stove, throw some dry kindling into the burn chamber and light it. Once the kindling starts burning, you can start feeding the fire with larger fuels. The pot already has the onions and about 1/8 of sunflower oil in it. When your onions are turning brown and soft, then throw in the diced lamb. When the meat is looking cooked, throw in the mushrooms. Don't forget to keep feeding the stove. Next in will be the potatoes. After about 5 minutes of cooking, in go the carrots. And then you can add some potato spice. At this point I decided to add some pepper and salt as well. After about 5 minutes of cooking, in go the baby marrows and green beans. Then the tomatoes. After about 2 minutes, pour in the cream and throw in the parsley. I had a stick of celery, so I threw that in too. Then last of all is the thyme and spinach. The whole cooking process took around 2 hours, so that was a good time to dish up and enjoy the view. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of future videos.